The guys can make a Muraqabah video for YouTube, short reels for YouTube using all of our beautiful images inshaAllah. The guys have made AI images for Muraqabah and tafakkur and contemplation. I think that's getting the most hits, like 200,000 hits on YouTube now, over 90,000 subscribers. So alhamdulillah, there's an immense interest in tafakkur and contemplation, and this is all moving in that direction. This is a hijrah to immense reality. There are immense isharats from the sun coming upon the earth. They say for 3 days now there's going to be immense energy fields that are coming upon the earth, and those energy fields cause a lot of signals on this earth. If anyone wants to go back to our tafsir of Surat al-Kawther, it's a understanding from the sun. The malaika wa ruh bi-idhni rabbihim wa kullin salaamun hiya hatta matla' al-fajr. That from the command of the sun, the angel and the ruh, every command is coming from that sun with the permission of Allah. That sun is a Wi-Fi transmitter for this galaxy. And how many billions of galaxies there are and how many billions of suns are sending out their signal, and that everything is in need of that signal and every command is coming to it, a flower, ant, human. All of our planets are receiving the isharat and the command, kullul amr, every single command is flowing through that energy Wi-Fi, attached to it a spiritual message and directions. Nothing moves, nothing happens without an energy and a field of energy. So everything is under the command of an energy. That energy is under the power of Allah. He merely unplugs and you cease to exist. So this is the izzah and the might of Allah. We started with a nuqt and a wave, and the concept of the nuqt is your seed and your lowest form. Subhana dhu mulki wa malakut. In this holy month of Zulqidah, the tajalli of Allah zikr upon the soul of Sayyidina Muhammad Subhana man dhul mulki wa malakut. Glory be to the one of the earth and of the heavens. Mulki wa malakut is the particle and the wave. The world of form is a particle and the world of malakut is the wave, because there's no form. So it means that this understanding of losing the form, not living by the form, and that our example in nature is a seed, and this is not Allah's intention, is just to have seeds, but we were supposed to come to this earth and plant ourselves, dissolve ourselves of ourselves, so that something greater would appear from me and within me. So there's something great within me, not the physicality that Allah gave. Physicality with all its perfections and imperfections is nothing for Allah. Allah looks to the surah, to the soul of His creation. Our life was then to begin to take a course and a way and a path to losing the physicality, mawt qabla al-mawt, to die before we die. Die in the sense that to bring down the importance of the physicality, and that becomes the whole tariqah should be based on bringing down the physical importance and training people. This is the specialty of Mawlana Shah Naqshband, on how to connect, and through the connection and the energy you don't have to kill the physicality, you lower its energy field. You don't have to destroy the rizq of people to get their attention. This is all about bringing down the energy field of the mulk. And how do we bring energy when it's devoid of us, we don't have it within ourselves. Then we connect to a stronger energy field. So there's a microwave you can connect to, there's your television that many people are connected to, your mobile devices that everyone's connected to. So now the Marada, the nefarious creatures of the unseen, they know Muraqabah too, and they have humans making Muraqabah to everything other than awliya. So when people, "Oh, what's the daleel of Muraqabah?" You're sitting in your house and making Muraqabah to your phone, right? It's glued in your hand, it's emitting applied neurosciences. The phone is interfering with your entire energy field, manipulating and sending energy into your face and into your hands. Spiritual people will feel their hands get very hot when they touch the phone. It's interfering, you're the battery source, it has a small battery but it's using your energy field because the jinn inside of its technology to bring you what you want, because they understand madad too. But they're the madad of dunya. What do you want? Pizza? Press this button. What do you want? A ride? Here's a car. What do you want? This article? Here it comes. So they're doing the madad but to the wrong direction. Not to say you throw your phone because then they'll come and say, "Oh Shaykh, or you're talking on a phone, why do you say that?" No, we know all these things, yes, don't have to point out the obvious. But we're teaching you that you have no balance. If all the material world is doing and teaching Muraqabah except the people of Muraqabah. So the jinns know this, they have you making Muraqabah on your TV because you sit there for hours and it's sending a faiz and energy. Then when you get distracted, you know it's harder to watch TV now because it goes quickly to TikTok, because the dopamine that it sends and the energy it sends to you is more stimulating, because every 30 seconds there's a new content. So that shaitan knows how to send the right muraqabah for the student. So the whole world are their students but they're connecting to dunya. So then Allah says, no, okay, this is the dunya, you're not going to disconnect and grab your goat and go up into the mountains yet. Maybe at some point you will grab your goat and go to the mountains and drink your milk. But until that time that we're in dunya, then what we got to do? Connect with heavenly sources. That you got to put the shaitan muraqabah down every now and then. It's time for salah, you call the salah, go into your salah, go tahiyyat and give your salams. As soon as you finish with the salah, don't leave. When you learn that muraqabah, in 2 seconds you basically make your connection exactly how we described before, asking for that connection, and send your faiz to me, Ya Rabbi, open up your Divinely energies and bring into my field of energy my shaykh, and from his shaykh to his shaykh to his shaykh to the presence of the owner of the energy fields, which is Sayyidina Muhammad. And as a result of just a few minutes of making that connection and say that to dress me and breathe either with that energy, do the awrad if that's at your time, at asr or maghrib if your time, or fajr time is your time. Do your awrad in your muraqabah or just breathe in the muraqabah, play some salawats to recharge your energy, visualize yourself you did the muraqabah and asking, "Shaykh, now let's and you take me to Madinatul Munawwarah," and that we sit at Rawza Sharif in the presence of Prophet's holy grave and Rawza Sharif, And in our muraqabah listening to the salawats and breathing and doing the durood al-sharif, few minutes at every salah, at every salah, at every salah, so that you're picking up divine energy fields and you find yourself heating up. You find yourself getting more and more energy, casting away negative energies. And then your fuel for the entire day is your durood. You take your tasbih, make your salawats. If you're busy with your hands and working, you do your zikr khafi, because it's your energy, it's your source of power. You find your wave reality with this madad and the connection with the shaykhs, it's coming in strong enough to begin to dissolve your particle reality. And then you find now if the particle on somebody is strong, they begin to do muraqabah. When they do the muraqabah, what's happening? The muraqabah becomes stronger and the particle is collapsing. When the muraqabah becomes stronger and stronger, it begins to collapse the particle until the muraqabah becomes overwhelming in its power over the servant and the energy is dressing them and blessing them. And as a result of that, now they're feeling the wave. When they feel the wave reality, this is why the foundation is muraqabah. When the shaykh and you've trained yourself, you make your madad, you make your connection, now you're more in a wave energy, you've destroyed the muraqabah. What happens now when you go for salah? You're flying. So we say, Allahu Akbar, there's no distraction because you're in an energy field. If you trained yourself to go into a wave reality, well the wave reality immediately flies. It's moving as a wave of energy, faster than the speed of thought, faster than the speed of sound. They only know the speed of sound, they think they can understand speed of light but they don't really understand it, but the speed of thought even faster. So immediately your wave reality is in Madinatul Munawwarah, from Madinatul Munawwarah into the heavens. The salah of that servant, could you compare that with a particle person? No, the salah is right there with them and shaitan. Shaitan within the person not letting anything to happen. But the salah of somebody who's moving as a wave and feels the wave vibrations means their ibadah is at the realm of light. As a result when they pray their energy is going somewhere and coming back full. With what? With knowledges, with realities, with everything. We can't even imagine when the light enters into the domain of the heavens, what Allah addresses that light and that the servant brings it back into their reality. And when they connect to Prophet what type of energies are coming when they're doing and they achieve the wave reality, what's happening when they're making their durood al-sharif, that with every salawat their soul is moving into the lights of Prophet being dressed by those lights, coming back to their being. Coming back to what? To dress them, to bless them, to fill them with lights. Now what is the particle doing? Nothing, it just stood there. Even it lived 80 years on this earth, it stood there for 80 years, went nowhere and brought nothing back. That's why Prophet described that the one who makes tafakkur for 1 hour, it's as if 70 years of ibadah. This was the formula of Einstein. The Prophet was describing at that time the speed of light. That if you move at the speed of light, instant you move, you come back 70 years has moved from this earth. Because you move at the realm of light which can't be imagined, has no speed, and by the time you come back into the mulk 70 years has transpired. And then we described before, then imagine and have to tafakkur and contemplate. Then imagine those whom if they pray in their wave reality, where their soul goes, how long has it been there, and you still see them, oh this salah was about 10 minutes and it's over. What did they describe when Prophet went for Isra wal Miraj? Sayyidina Aisha said what? He described all of Isra and Miraj, came back and I felt his bed is still warm. Means the physical only saw this as a moment, but the one whom went for Miraj describes it as an eternity. I went here, I did this, I did those things. Prophet never even described how long was that Miraj. It was only discussed in the world of light, in the world of form, that I felt the bed and it was still warm. Because this has to do with the haqqaiq of light, and now imagine above light the speed of thought. So then the one whom sits in their wave reality and achieving more and more, and to the degree of what is opening for them, they begin to make the durood al-sharif and their soul is going to Prophet into the wave and into the lights of Prophet, and he puts upon them because he's Rasul Kareem. He dresses upon their soul, blesses upon their soul, gives all the remedies upon their light, and then their light comes back to them, filled and fulfilled. Because these are from the eternal heavenly realities. So this is what the reality of muraqabah, and this is what shaitan is doing to his murids. But he's not Shaitanic Kareem, he's the accursed one, he's not the generous shaitan, he's the accursed one. So when they load onto these devices, he's pulling their energy, he's taking their soul, he's missing the eye of hayat, and his nur is completely false. So his reality is to pull from humans to give to his shayateen, because they don't have. Where's shaitan getting power from? These are all these creatures, all these different beings, all the different categories of beings that are not taking from heavenly powers. Why they want to come to the children of Adam and Eve? Because they want their soul, they want the energy of their soul, they're harvesting power. وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. They realize this creation is an immense power cell with miraculous powers, and as a result these devices are devised to farm the energy off of people. You see like charging stations, they line them up to charge everything. All the devices they release to us are what? They're farming our energy until they deplete you like a movie. We had some anime guys putting out where the demons are like breathing in and leaving everything shriveled and destroyed. Literally that's what they're doing with all their devices. Say, Shaykh, but you're using, yeah we know we're using the devices. This is a given, otherwise we'd have to close our station, grab our goat and go to the mountain. Then you wouldn't be informed and nobody would be informed. So the reality is that shaitan is doing this. Our responsibility is we should be connecting to a heavenly source, and that heavenly source is so generous, it give you more than enough to combat what shaitan is doing. Because Allah described, they plan and we plan better, but you have to be in Allah's plan. But if you surrender yourself to shayateen, then you cannot use the verse that, oh shaitan plans and Allah plans better, because Allah says, you didn't accept my plan. You are beholden to the shayateen and their plans, but you didn't follow any plan from me. So there never was a people destroyed except that a warner came. So it means that these are the days in which Allah Prophet is giving to us, connect to heavenly sources. As the shaitans are depleting us from 6 different directions, Muraqabah is like an energy plug from paradises. As soon as we put the plug in, it's countering these energies that shaitan is doing. You don't throw it all away and go, otherwise how can people reach and do da'wah and to do all of the things they have to do, what they promised Allah to do. But what is necessary is to make their connection, and as a result of their connection what's happening? Their binary code. If you lose and negate ourselves to be a nuqt, Allah will show the One. Allah will dress you from the One and then all our life choices is to be nuqt, ya nuqt, and everything exists within that nuqt. Shaykh, but I'm going to lose this, Shaykh I'm going to lose this argument, there's going to be this, it doesn't matter. Every power is in that nuqt. If the servant reaches to nuqt, what happens? The One is dressing them. That One addressed the servants is Hadith Qudsi. So say, Shaykh, where's the proof of you being dressed by the One? It's the Hadith Qudsi that we teach. They did their fard, they did what was mandatory, but this way of nuqt is based on love. It's not mandatory. People can say, no, I want to take my right, eye for an eye, go take your eye for eye. No, I want to take my money damages. No, then the third one was the highest, I want to put my affairs to Allah. As a result they submit to Allah, He begin to dress them. If Allah dressed the servant with the One, they have Divinely hearing, Divinely seeing, Divinely breath, Divinely hands, Divinely feet, and they have power of kun fayakun, and they are Rabbaniyun. They learned the book which is Prophet and they taught the book, means they taught about Sayyidina Muhammad. So these are immense times, immense openings, all these tajallis coming in this holy month for the preparation of the holy month of Zul Hajj. I strongly recommend, a part of our curriculum is that people have the Hajj book. It's not about going to Hajj, it's the reality of our entire life. Every year is an intention for pilgrimage. So what was the purpose of the pilgrimage? Not the external that everybody's doing, getting the hotel, going in, going around, going here, get the water, come back, no. But in the Hajj book was the reality. What did Kaaba stand for? What did Madinatul Munawwarah stand for? What was this whole reality and haqqaiq of what? Lam and Alif. When you get the Hajj book you understand now the reality of Lam and Alif. Every year we start Muharram, we end on Zul Hajj. If one time it clicks for you that year that, my goodness, that the Hajj is actually the pilgrimage to the Kawther. It was not about the stones, it was symbolic of its haqqaiq and its reality. And from the haqqaiq of 9, the 12th month is a Kawthar of 108. So every year these awliya, these Kawthari awliya, they're taking everybody on a pilgrimage to the Kawthar. Because they are Kawthari, they dispense the Kawthar and they take people to the Kawthar. And the Kawthar is the fountain of abundance where everything is existing from its reality. We pray that Allah dress us and bless us with the immensities of these nights, these holy nights, and the blessings of the birth of Imam Sharafuddin Sultan al-Awliya, Imam Shaykh Sharafuddin Daghestani Qaddasallahu Siru, and that his nazar be upon us, his nazar be upon our families and communities, and that to keep us under the immensity of the Naqshbandiyatul Aliyya and its ulum and its blessings, its fountains of realities that are from the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad inshaAllah, and the heart of Imam Mahdi salam on this earth right now. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi sirri Surat al-Fatiha. Sharafuddin bimadadikum inshaAllah. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.